guys, hope you're all okay. It's Tuesday. Gosh, yesterday seemed to go quite quickly actually. Excuse me, I'm feeling so much better today. Touch wood, I seem to be escaping the cold, hopefully. I hope so anyway. I woke up this morning with a bit of a sore throat, and I think that must have been because I was snoring or something. I still feel like there's a cold lurking on the periphery, but I don't feel like I've got a cold per se, so I'm hoping that I can stay clear of it. I need to go to the post office today, but I've washed my hair, and so I'm going to try and wait for my hair to dry. I have got a hairdryer, but I don't tend to use it. I tend to let my hair dry naturally. It's less frizzy, and I have to put less product on my hair if I do that. So I'm going to wait until my hair is dried a bit more before I go to the post office, because I don't want to get a chill. It's very frosty and icy out there today. But yeah, so I'm feeling a lot better, which is great. This morning I'm going to soak the fruit for the Christmas pudding, because I'm conscious of the fact that time is getting on now. I mean, we missed Stir Up Sunday, so yeah, just going to soak the fruit. I'm going to be using, I shall take you through to the kitchen and show you. The washing machine is going. My mum sent me a scanned copy of my grandma's old recipe. That's the scanned copy, and I literally just put it into my Filofax and because obviously that's got other things on there, and I enlarged I wanted to keep that so that kind of got it for a record, but then I enlarged what I needed as well. So this is my grandma's recipe that she used to use. I'm guessing it was out of a magazine or something. I'm not really sure. You can see it's like the original's kind of been dog-eared and stuff. So my grandma, my dad's mum always used to make up the Christmas puddings for the family, and she passed the recipe down to my mum, who used to make the Christmas puddings for the family, and now obviously my mum and dad have emigrated. Mum has passed the recipe to me, so I shall be making Christmas pudding. I mean, I don't know whether mum's going to be making Christmas pudding for them over in Italy, but for over here in the UK, I'm making the Christmas pudding for us. So that's kind of nice. I like how recipes have been handed down through generations. I think that's really nice. So as I say, I have no idea how old that recipe is. It looks old because it looks like it's from a dog-eared magazine page, and no pictures on the magazine page, so it's quite old, but I think that's nice to have stuff handed down. My mum said she's tweaked the recipe a little bit, so she sort of doesn't put the apricots in, even though it says to put apricots in. So yeah, anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to weigh out my fruit and I'm going to soak it.
Jolly old Saint Nicholas, lean your ear this way. Don't you tell a single soul what I'm going to say.
So I don't know if any of you guys were around last Vlogmas, but if you were, then you may remember that I attempted to make a resin gingerbread house. Well, I'd totally forgotten about it, and I was just putting some boxes up above the unit behind me. I was just putting some boxes on the top, and I suddenly found the box that the gingerbread house is in. So I thought I'd get it out and have a look. Now, it was a bit of a disaster. Didn't turn out all that well, but because we were coming to the end of Christmas and stuff, and I just couldn't be bothered to kind of go any further with it, I just put it in a box, put it up there, and forgot about it. So let's have a look, see what it's like. This is the box that it's in. Obviously I've covered up my address. I have absolutely no idea what state it's in. Whether it's all just because it's sticky. Oh, that's alright. I was like, oh no, that's sticky, but that's the inside of the box. stinks of it. Right. That's all my, like, I bought loads of like plastic charms and things and stuff to decorate the house with. So they're all in a tin there. I've got my mould. Oh gosh, it's all... Oh, right, hold on. For some reason it stinks. Let me put my desk lamp on, see if that makes things any better. Stinks for some reason. So I kind of, last time I did it, I've never made anything with resin before, and I saw this tutorial on YouTube and decided to try and give it a go. And I didn't have the resin colour in. I just bought plain clear resin, put half of it in, then painted it with acrylic paint, and then poured resin back over it again. Which is all this, you can see all this peeling, that was all the acrylic paint sandwiched in the middle. Right, so there is one of the roof parts. I never did assemble it. And then some of the acrylic, when it was drying on the resin, it started to crack and stuff. And I ended up kind of patching it up in places with glitter to try and make that show through. So that's the other roof part. And some of it is very sticky, and I think it might have stuck together because I didn't get my quantity ratios of resin right. I'm going to have to do this two-handed. Okay, so something went disastrously wrong in the box last year. It looks a right state. It's still, some of it is still tacky and sticky. So if any of you have ever worked with resin, if you know what I can do to rectify it, then please let me know. It's basically like a sticky boiled sweet. So I don't know whether if I put PVA glue over it or something and let that dry, whether that might help, or whether I just need to write this off as a bad experiment. So, but basically, look at it. It looks awful. Like the paint, the coloured paint has gone horrible. Like this was all pink, and it's gone really awful. I mean, I know when I was painting with acrylic, the acrylic did split, and so I filled the gaps in with glitter. But even so, it looks awful. I don't know. I don't know. So if anyone has worked with resin before, please do get in touch with me. I'd love to know. I'm thinking, could I salvage this by painting on the outside of it? Because everything was done on the reverse so that it looked nice. So like, I painted the window frames first and then painted over with acrylic. I painted the window frames with pink first and then painted over the back of them with the brown, so because you did it in reverse. Now I'm wondering whether I do it on the front, paint these from the front side, and whether that will work. I don't know. I suppose at the end of the day, because it's buggered anyway, I probably don't actually have anything to lose by doing that, because it's in a pretty sorry state for itself. I mean, look at the state of this one. This is so sticky still. Really sticky. That's the front of it, and so it's got all that horrible mottled brown. Just looks awful. I'm quite pleased with the door. Other than the fact that the door is sticky, I put a load of red glitter in with the resin, and now that's how it's kind of come out. But the paint has gone all cracked and horrible, and it just looks awful. I just hate the way it looks. The sides are sticky on the back still, so you can just tell after a year of being in a box, it still hasn't dried. It's just like a big sticky boiled sweet. So those are the side of the house, and that's the other side of the house. But yeah, I don't know what to do. Resin was quite expensive. I mean, I do still have the mould, so I could make it again. But resin was quite expensive. I remember needing 2 packs of resin to do all of this. So, I mean, I do still have the mould, so I could do it again. But I'm just trying to, like, avoid spending a fortune. Oh, that's all sticky. I'm just trying to avoid spending a fortune on more resin. Let me have a look. I'm going to go on eBay and see how much resin is. I've just checked on eBay, because that's where I bought the resin from last time. I'm going to turn that light off a bit. So that's where I bought the resin from last time, and the same resin for the quantity I need is like £30 plus shipping, so we're talking nearly 40 quid. Oh, so I don't really want to spend that much. So if I can't salvage this one, then I'm not going to make it this year, because I don't know. I don't want to spend 40 quid on it and worry about ruining it, I can't even say it, ruining it again this year. So yes, so if you guys know, then please help me out. What do I do with it? Can I paint over it with acrylic? Maybe I should just try it another day. I can't do it now because I need to go and start thinking about dinner, but maybe I just paint over it with acrylic, and with the mindset of what have I got to lose, because it's boogered anyway, so I might as well try it out. So I'll let you know, maybe in the coming days, if I get some paints out, then I'll have a go and see if I can salvage it and see what happens. But obviously I'll keep you posted. It would be a shame to let the whole thing go to waste, but sometimes with these crafts you just have to write them off, don't you, and put it down to experimentation and all that sort of stuff. So I'm going to go wash my hands because now I'm incredibly sticky. I feel like a kid who has just eaten sticky boiled sweets, you know, when you just got that tackiness feeling. So I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go downstairs and start thinking about dinner. I made this mistake of coming into the kitchen and started clanging around. And this little pig thinks she's getting something. What? Bird? Bird? No, you've stopped now, have you? Now you're evidenced on film, or camera even. You stopped chatting, have you? Stopped asking for food? Bird? Oh, a minute ago you were all talk, weren't you? A minute ago I couldn't shut you up. It was all whoop, whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Whoop, whoop. Uh-oh, the other one started. Where'd you go? What do we do? What do we do? Whoop, 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 whoop. That hay is never there when they're cleaned out in the morning. They always drag it down out of their hay rack. And then the trouble is, Bay sits and wheezes on it, don't you, Bay? Yeah. You're popping on a pinging. Is Mummy allowed to start cooking dinner now? Am I allowed? I need to complain to my union. I'm forever getting harassed when I'm in the kitchen. They're going off again. So, John brought home those sausages last night. Can you hear them? What? I'm going to make fog in a bog with them. Rather than just having mash, I'm going to make frog in a bog. And I always return to my mum's cookbook. For the batter recipe, because I could never remember the batter recipe. This my mum gave to me. It was hers. When I moved out and got my own home, my mum gave me this cookbook. And it's falling apart, but it's a good old faithful. I have no idea how old it is. How old does it say? It's a Reader's Digest cookery year. Everyone had one of these. It's first published in 1973. This edition was 1976. And it's been very well used, and it's probably one of the best cookbooks I own, because it's actual proper recipes and not kind of full of fancy pants ingredients. So yeah, I always just use the batter mix from here because I can never remember. I'm going to make a frog in a bog. Right, so I've got about half an hour before the piggies. Every time I talk, the piggies, just seriously. Piggies. Every time I talk to you, they're like, oh, there must be food. So I've got about about half an hour before I need to put the veggies on. The frog in the bog is in the oven. So on Friday, if not before, I need to amend my food delivery order. So if you remember back in October, I literally did a phantom order ready to be delivered on the 23rd of December. And the last date that you can amend that is at the weekend. So I need to amend it because I filled it up with random things just to secure my delivery slot. So now I need to actually go through and work out what we're going to have to do a proper shop. So in front of me here I have my Christmas planning file of facts, and I have some cookbooks and stuff. So basically what I'm doing first, I've got a few things on my shopping list of stuff that I definitely knew we needed, and some things I've already bought. Like I've already bought cranberry sauce, I've already bought stuffing, gravy, chestnuts, and I've already got crackers. So that's crackers as in pull crackers, not crackers as in crackers for biscuits crackers. So that's kind of like my shopping list. So next I need to work out what we're actually going to be eating, and then go from there. So I've got my Christmas Eve menu. Normally Christmas Eve we spend with my parents, so I don't think we're particularly doing anything much Christmas Eve, so I'm not sure about that. Christmas Day, I just need to kind of work out for definite what we're going to have. Like I've put here roast dinner, but I need to work out for definite what we're going to have, like all the accompaniments and everything. So once I've worked out what we're going to have, I can then do a shopping list based around that. And I've broken it down again to Christmas Day, the main event, so starters, what the main is actually going to consist of. So I've got like roast potatoes with rosemary, Yorkshire puddings, stuffing, Brussels sprouts with chestnuts, carrots, parsnips. So I needed to kind of like work out exactly what we're having and then compile my shopping list around that. So that's kind of what I'm going to be doing now. I'm going to have a look through the cookbooks. I'm pretty sure that for mine and John, I'm going to be doing the pie that's in this book. Pretty sure. So we've got meat eaters coming, and my sister-in-law is in charge of buying and cooking anything meat related, and I'm doing all the vegetables and the main for John and I. So I don't have to worry about that or cook meat. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about any of the meat. She's doing that, so just looking at the veg and that. So that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have a flick through, look at Nigella, see if there's anything different and new. So basically, a few days after Christmas is likely to be leftovers and finishing up the food. But I also need to plan some other kind of meals in there as well, because if it was down to me, I could spend the whole week living off of Christmas food. And like leftovers and stuff. But John very quickly gets bored of that and likes to go back to main meals. Also, like being vegetarian, we don't have that much leftover stuff. Like Boxing Day, we will probably cook up, and eat the leftover veg and stuff. I don't do bubble and squeak. John might do bubble and squeak, but I personally am not keen. I've never been keen on bubble and squeak ever since a child, although I'd be willing to try it again now. John loves bubble and squeak, so I might make bubble and squeak from all of the leftover veg. Yeah, so we don't, as I said, we don't have them like the leftover meats and stuff that will last us for days. So I'm not really sure, but that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to have a flick through of the cookbooks and try and compose some sort of list, and also like a proper shopping list, because there's going to be stuff that we need as well. So that is the plan right now, Stan. I'm getting there, but they're still, them guinea pigs. Yeah, I'm getting there. I think I need to call a family meeting with John tonight. So I need to know what starters he fancies, and also the main course. Just want to check that he's happy with the pie that I suggested, whether he wants cream or custard or brandy with the pud, with the Christmas pud. Oh, I'm just trying to think of everything that we could possibly need, so it's quite difficult sometimes. So what I basically have been doing is I've got this is the shopping list that I'm going to work off when I do my shopping, because it's got kind of like other things on there as well, like eye makeup remover that I need. So this is kind of what I will do my shopping list from. And as I said before, I've just been going through and kind of writing, thinking about it and writing down what we're actually going to eat and doing some research. And then I've got a shopping list in here. Now you might be thinking, well, that's 2 shopping lists. Well, the reason I've been putting it in here is because come next year, I'll have this shopping list saved, and that's basically just what we needed for Christmas. Like, I suddenly thought, like, olive oil. Now, we've got quite a lot of olive oil as it currently stands, but I would hate to get to Christmas Day and suddenly run out of olive oil for doing any roasting. So, and at the end of the day, olive oil keeps and lasts. So I've got olive oil down. I've got olive oil down on my shopping list I'm going to do my shopping from, but I've got olive oil on here so that next year when I come to do my list, I'll be like, yeah, olive oil. And then things like foil, you always need foil for wrapping up food at the end of Christmas, that kind of thing. So it just takes quite a bit of thinking, and I don't know, I'm just probably overthinking it, but I keep wondering, like, is there anything that I've forgotten? I've just got that feeling. I keep going over it in my head, but I'm pretty sure there is something that I've forgotten, even though I don't know what it is. So, a family meeting with John tonight to finalise and plan out our food, I think. Right then, guys, so I've just had a very nice dinner. Did you enjoy the dinner?
The dinner was marvellous. It was wonderful.
Marvellous and wonderful.
Marvellous and wonderful.
Well, that's nice. It was nice.
A treat.
It was a treat. Although I did put too much oil in the base of the Yorkshire.
That's fine. It's nice.
Okay then.
It's good.
Cool.
It's good.
You're wielding a tripod. What are you going to be doing with your tripod?
Putting a camera on it.
Yeah, why?
A film video.
Yeah.
Making a Christmas decoration with some holly that I might have found in the woods.
Cool. And you're going to put that on your channel when?
Wednesday.
As in tomorrow.
As in tomorrow.
Cool beans. Have fun.
I need a card.
The cards are downstairs. Right, so John's off crafting. Apparently it's not crafting. It's not crafting. It's making. Whatever. So John's off crafting and videoing in the garage. And then after that, we are going to sit down together and go through what we're going to have for starters and all that kind of stuff for Christmas Day. So we'll probably do that whilst entertaining the children. Get the guinea pigs out for a run and yeah, go through what we're going to have. So I'll say nighty night, and I shall update you with the results of the family meeting and what we have decided on eats for Christmas. Yeah, see you tomorrow. Bye.